Good evening, Pushkin. This is Caleb Lystrup. I'm here to demonstrate my project for EE292. Can you bring the camera closer? We are going to start out by discussing the components of this circuit. Here is a potentiometer. I have it connected to the Arduino microcontroller via the same method that we learned when we did the analog serial read program with the original Arduino tutorials. This cable here is just for the power. I've already inserted the code. Now if you follow the circuit, so what happens is an input is recorded from this analog potentiometer into the analog input. Afterwards, the Arduino processes that and converts it to binary. Then it outputs the binary number via 10 different outputs to this bar here. This bar is an LED bar, has 10 LEDs. The bar farthest to the right here represents the 1 space, or the 0, 1 space, so 2 to the 0. The second bar represents 2 to the 1, and so forth. So when the light is on, just like in binary, that represents a 1. When the light is off, it represents a 0. So right now, we have the number 0. You'll notice as I turn the potentiometer here, so as I turn it clockwise, the voltage that is allowed to enter the circuit increases, and this circuit the voltage is then converted into an input number of 0 to 1023. That number is then put into the Arduino LED output. So let me just demonstrate really quickly. So as I turn the dial to the right, you'll notice that the first bar will appear. So here we go. It's very sensitive, especially with the lower numbers. So there we have 1. It's blinking on 1 and 2. Now it's 1 and 2, so this number is actually 3. 4, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if we can get 4. 4, 5. I'm dialing it back and forth to make for precision on the numbers. Now as I turn it farther clockwise, you'll see that the number is increasing. Now if you watch the lights, you'll notice that it increases in a binary pattern. Sometimes the lights fluctuate slightly, and that's just because the input values do vary slightly. The voltage isn't perfect. It comes in with, plus or minus 0.0 something volts, and that actually affects this output slightly. And then it goes all the way up to end up filling the bar. So that's my project. It's very useful. This LED output can be used to actually calculate values. If you were to have a stack of, say, 3, you could project the first number into the first bar, the second number into the second bar, and you could do some math function and display the total in the final bar. After the voltage passes through this LED here, this collection of LEDs, I run it through a resistor and then out and ground it. And that is my project. I call it Analog2Binary. Thank you.